just starting to put on the side sheeting. Now I've made the join in the back. Dotted line on here shows you where you've got to cut a little dart to get it to go around the two compound curves. Before you stick it on, just give everything a quick sand in, make sure everything's level and flush and as it should be. It's not bad because it's got to stick on the balsa spars, longer ones. These are indented between these ribs and these aren't because it's more sheeting to butt onto it. So what I've done, something else you need to do is sand or razor saw, just get that level. So when you put the next sheeting on, it's easier to do it now than when you've got the other sheeting on. So just make sure that's all one level between the formers. Now obviously it's got to fit into that little hole and fit between the formers as you go down. And what I've did, I just laid that on, just using the saw. I just sawed down till it wasn't straining anymore, which is about halfway. I then overlapped that over the top and cut off and marked where the V shape had to come out. Really small, very little at all really, but just knifed it down and now it just sits in there a treat. But I noticed the cut wasn't quite over the centre line of this F1, so what I've done, I've just stuck a piece of balsa in behind there just to allow me plenty of meat to stick both halves to, so I don't want it flopping about. And that will just flop around there, give me a little opening there. And the other thing to bear in mind is I wanted it to be halfway along this spar for join, but I don't think it's going to be actually. The only way I can do that is to pull it down. It did before I cut the, as you can see, before I cut the dart out, it did go across, but it doesn't matter. It's half supported and the rest will glue up and be supported at the front, so I'm not too worried. And it easily covers the one at the bottom, and at the front obviously will be trimmed. So there's a lot of obviousness going on. So I'm going to put some glue on. Right, let's get it on. Get it on. Get it on. I wonder if a rubber band would be the thing to use there somewhere. Right, so this is where my little alignment marks will come in handy. Like that. There we go. Pegs are ideal. Look at that. There. One in there. And get some more pegs. Okay, I'll come back to you in a minute when that's set. I've soaked this piece just to help me bend it around a little bit. Could have steamed it. Like that. Same that side. There we go. Put one peg at the back, that'll hold it down just in there. Look. You've got to make these bits fit. Got to go up round the inside there, and I'm going to CA that, I think. Okay, let's pop it on. Don't stand over curing CA, the fumes are coming up, you don't want to breathe them. So we'll let all that white glue set, and then I can do the other half. In the meanwhile, put magnets in here and here, and matching magnets on the hatch itself. Here's the hatch. There's another piece to it. In fact, it's 2 more pieces, 3 more pieces. There's little marks here where the magnets go. It was a lot easier putting those holders on there, magnet holders, after I'd fitted this, because I could just stick them in from the bottom, not forgetting the little wooden space that goes in there as well. So this, I think, goes on there, and then that goes in there. So this bit has the magnets, and this bit sticks to that bit. And then on the back, it's held in with 2 pieces of plywood which stick on the inside and go past the back edge, so there's 2 little lips to just key it in at the back. These 2 holes I'm going to leave open so as I can put my hands in and unclip it, pull it forward, and it's off. So I've just glued this up, by the way. The motor, what is in fact the motor mount, slides in so it can slide out. Open the throttle, you see that disappear down the runway. Okay, so what do they say? They say, yeah, cabin cover F19 is magnetic absorption design. Pay attention to magnets, positive and negative, during installation. In other words, what they're saying is the hatch is held on by magnets. Make sure you get the poles attracting, not repelling. That's what they mean. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is to glue that onto there. Okay guys, it should have dried by now. What I like to do with magnets is just to rough them up slightly. I don't know if it helps. The easy way to do that is keep them all on the sandpaper, put it in, draw it sideways, and when you look at it, it should be the rough side down. Like that. Pop it in and slide it sideways. Oh. And then that's in. It's going to go in there. Now that is a loose fit. Have that in there. Yeah, loose fits. So I'm going to have to stick something on the bottom of that to stick it to. So see what I can find. There's a couple of circular plates here. Look, that'll be perfect. Put that like that. Put some more CA in there. Double check I've got this the right way round. So stick in like that. So that has to go in like that. Rough up the bottom. Drop it in. Slide it sideways. That should be it. And then to lift it off, put your fingers in the hole and it'll be spiked in at the back. All 4 magnets better attract and not repel. I know these 2 are okay. And now I've got to put on these rather gorgeous looking little sticks. And they hang over the end. They'll go in like that, they form the curve. And then the little pegs at the back, which are small really, but they'll go under the back and then just up and forward, so I can CA those into position, I guess. I've made pretty quick progress. Well, it's because I put the hours in, but I've made a lot of progress on this model so far, but I will be slowing down to crack on with another project. Nice. Let's offer it up. I'll let you watch. Can you see that? Hopefully. So that's just going to go clunk. How is this thread? up and under, and in. And the curve looks absolutely spot on. So that goes on there. Stand up, stand up. That goes on there. Fits around that. Beautiful. A bit more than that, perhaps. Can't beat your fingers for clamping. So there's 39 and 41 goes in there. I think it's F40 and F41. So I'm going to pop them out and have a look. It would make sense they were on the same sheet. So let's just have a look. They look exactly the right shape, which is what it's all about. Right, this is what I've worked out. It's gone in there really well actually. So I fixed a little triangular piece in there first, making sure it's flush with the front face of that, and then F41 with the grain going sideways allowed me to bend it around the curve a little bit. Yeah, it's gone in there. That second one went in better than the first actually. What I've just done is sprayed a little bit of grey primer in there just to take off the look of the wood. I can now fit the cockpits around proper and finish off the top of it. So quite pleased with that. Okay guys, just putting on the top plate. I've just sanded it to fit between the bulkhead here and over the top of here. I've also beveled the edges very slightly just to make it a little bit of a bigger surface area to glue on. Blob on now and a CA down the sides. I've come across a slight mystery, guys. A mystery. Intriguing, Cliff. Tell us more. Well, mystery is this. The top decking piece of wood I can't find. I have a feeling I saw it, but I can't be certain. So I'm going to have to use something else. I'm going to have to go to my stash. I made a complete balls up here, guys. This is on back and front. It's got to come off. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, this is the way it goes on, and when you put it on that way, you've got room for those angled pieces. Okay, so what I'm going to do is while I've got that off, every cloud has a silver lining. I'm going to sand that down level with the top of F23, was it? Okay, now about 15 or 20 minutes ago, I started to glue this on, and now 20 minutes later I can do it all again. I had planned to do the fuselage in part 2, finishing it I should say, but it's just so much construction that to do one great big long video would have been a lot more editing work. Right, so as I was saying half an hour ago or so, I can't find the piece of wood that DW supplied to do the rear turtle deck, so I'm going to make my own. Well, it was a bit of a false start, wasn't it, this evening, but I think we've made a good recovery, albeit it's taken me a little bit longer than I planned. Really doing it now, I don't think. Hold it. Right guys, we'll let that dry and have a look at it tomorrow and report back. This will be towards the tail end of part 3 of the DW build. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in part 4 eventually. I don't know when that will be. Oh, I've got to build the wing centre section actually, and then I can fit the struts up. Top wing centre section, fit the struts up for the undercarriage, and mount the wing, lower wing, undercarriage wing, and it's going to start to look quite something. So thanks for looking. Perhaps I'll just quickly fit these bits. What's the time? It's getting late. No, I'll leave it. I don't want to rush it. So see you tomorrow. Cheers.